Is liberty dying where you live? Escape to Keene at freekeene.com.
All rise.
Sir, treat others as you would, please. Being nice.
I'm not assisting my own arrest.
I don't want you to take your hands off that man. Please stand up.
I thought you said you weren't willing to be scored.
Hey, running wasn't very nice. Just a flat tooth behind you.
I got a flat face.
How much do you get paid for that? How long were you sitting here?
I was sitting here for, I don't know, 20 minutes, not bothering anybody.
You guys don't treat others as you would. That's
It's true. This seems like a clear violation of the golden rule.
I'm not going to assist in my own arrest.
I'm not asking him to assist him.
Okay, you're asking me to sit in my chair.
It's easier if you stand.
If you're just asking him, then why are you using force?
It's not her. It's just a record.
I've asked him to do something. He doesn't want to do
We're
it.
violating his rights.
Right.
It's your responsibility to enact the arrest. Without harming him. That's what the big deal is.
There you go.
Sir, it was not an issue until you made it an issue.
Deep behind you. Wheelchair.
What's the matter with you guys, huh?
You gotta turn it around, Dean.
I will.
Yeah, a little bit easier out there.
Could just leave people alone, you know.
It's true. Okay.
What do you plan on doing?
Okay, what we're gonna do is you're gonna pick up on this side, pick up on this side, we're gonna set him in.
We're going to turn, rotate around.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for protecting us from hat wearers. I was terrified.
Okay.
Yeah, not a hat.
That'll be nice.
Protect and serve.
I see sheep on people.
Okay.
You ever considered honest employment? You ever considered like a real job, one where you don't use violence against people?
Perhaps.
Have your Walmart is
I
hiring.
mean, the judge did not even define disrespect to the court. He said it's just disrespect to the court.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Disrespect the court.
You can't be up here. You can't be up here. This is a secure area. Back here.
Half there, secure.
Back there is a secure area. Dean, I'm gonna take a small photo.
Sorry, you guys feeling you use violence against peaceful people.
5,000-year-old golden rule: do not do to others as you would not have done to yourself. You don't use
I'll
violence.
be out of your way. I don't know.
I'm not going to picture the prosecutor back there.
If I didn't know you were going to take my picture.
All right.
Have a seat, please. You will not tell us, Your Honor.
Well, I guess that presents a second problem. Will you take your hat off now?
I still haven't really heard your definition of disrespect in regards to.
Well, there's a certain dignity that the proceedings need to follow. You go into a funeral parlor, you take your hat off. You go into a house of worship, you take your hat off. You go to a wedding, you take your hat off. You come into a court of law, you take your hat off.
Sir, these are assumed by a supposed.
I realize you disagree. Okay? But you were given an opportunity to either take your hat off or go outside and leave your hat on.
I didn't, it's not an opportunity and it's not an option as the other officer described it. It was an ultimatum.
It was a directive, correct. Now, we're not going to argue the case. The only question I have for you is, do you have anything to say in your defense?
That I have not done anything wrong, I've not harmed another person, and that this is absolutely ridiculous that this is sending me to jail.
Well, that's what's going to happen. I'm going to find you in contempt, and I'm going to find you continuing contempt because you had the opportunity to remove the hat before. You didn't do it. I left the bench to give you that chance. You decided not to avail yourself of it. And the court knows on the record that you're sitting in front of me refusing to give your name.
Why am I obligated to give you my name or to take my hat off? That's still not.
You may sit in jail until you do provide your name, until they provide information about you. Right, I'm taking action against an individual. I'd like to be able to put the name of the individual on the paperwork. The court again notes that you're continuing to refuse to take your hat off.
I will molest it if I do not provide my name.
It may be indefinite. What? And anybody who wants to comment about it can go outside, otherwise they'll be in the same position. So did you want anything else you want to say in your defense?
Right.
Pardon me?
The indefinite part.
Right. The court finds that the conduct represents a direct and immediate threat to the dignity and proper administration.
Yours does.
Right. You can ask everybody to leave. We'll continue the hearing.
All right, folks, you head out. Everybody out.
Say it right there.
For a hack? Yeah, I saw your eyes, buddy. You feel bad about it, don't you? It's fine. It's fine. Sheriff. Is this meant to be public hearing?
He just asked you to leave. He didn't order you to leave. I'm just saying.
I'll ask you to leave. Check what you're all out.
Larry, can you clarify what the order is? A public hearing?
Mr. Kane,
Can we clarify what the order is? I'm not sure. Just doing your job.
Is it an order or?
Everybody needs to leave.
Order the judge.
Please exit.
Okay, I'll leave.
Can I have your name? Sorry, one more clarification. I was sitting here.
What just went on?
So are we ordered to leave?
I left, so I didn't know first.
I mean, these two can. Do we deserve that? Oh, seriously? I have to push on. No, I'm asking you, everybody's a motion. Do you think this is right? What's going on today?
What just happened?
You recorded it, doesn't matter. You're doing a job and you're forcing us. Everybody's leaving. It doesn't matter. Think for yourself, dude. Think for yourself.
But earlier, he agreed my motion that I could.
So he deserves communication now, saying we are going to be pushed out of here. Will you guys continue this conversation outside?
I'm busy with the court.
So you think this is fair? This is what you signed up for? A guy wears a hat and you clean everybody else out of the room, so he's in here by himself? That sounds pretty just and fair.
Hang on. So hang on. The judge did rule on a motion. Put your hand up.
Sir, it's time to leave. You are everybody else.
Even people that have been approved.
You didn't rule it.
No. Can you check?
It's time to leave.
Can you check the judge on that? Because he's
The
saying one
judge
thing.
just said everybody needs to leave. That's it. Not doing anything else.
And that is.
Well, I'm sorry. Look, Caleb, the man in the robe can't exclude the media from a public trial.
Your turn to leave too.
I'm going to need a hearing on that. I'm going to need a hearing and an order directly from.
Well, you can do that,
from
but you
the
need to leave
judge.
first.
I can't because this is supposed to be a public trial.
You need to leave.
Caleb, you're.
Ian.
I will leave when he tells me to leave.
He just told you to leave.
I'm here as the news media.
He just told you to leave.
He told the audience to leave.
Ian, he just told you to leave.
I put in a notice to record public hearings today. This is a public
Ian,
hearing.
you need
I
to
need to
leave.
hear this. I cannot leave if this is going to continue to happen. Is this going to continue? Because I can't miss a moment of
How about
this.
you go out the door
The proceeding's not over with.
and we'll tell him.
Okay. I'm going to go out the door.
You're going to go out the door.
And then I'm going to come back in here because I need a hearing with the judge
You're going to go outside the door
on
first.
this.
You're going to go outside first. Okay.
We've asked for a ruling. If you go outside, we'll let you know what the ruling is.
Now, what are you going to ask for a ruling on?
If you're allowed to be in here.
If
hearing.
you and whatever his name is, I don't know what his name
It's
is.
no longer public.
Do you want to hold my? You can hold my camera as long as it keeps recording.
Just go outside. When the judge comes back in, I'll ask him if you and the gentleman over there.
Larry?
I'm going to go find out. You ought to
Just go out first, okay?
Okay.
Ian?
I want to hear it from Larry. Larry, will I get an answer from you on this?
You'll get an answer from me. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Okay.
I guess you fell under the same answer.
Well, yeah.
I understand if you made the motion, but he said everybody leave, so.
That's what he said. But he said
Until he comes back in and says, except you and you.
And he asked them. Did you hear him say, I'm asking everyone to leave?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Everybody needs to leave.
If he's asking someone to
Everybody needs to leave. leave. You guys,
I would hope that you would speak for your conscience.
The only thing is, he didn't say except Ian and the other guy.
He said everyone is asked to leave. I'm asking everyone to leave.
Think about
That's
it.
not, you all need to leave. You all need to get up and leave. There's a difference, isn't there? Words are important, aren't they?
No more. Seriously, what point will you say no more? At what point will you stop taking orders and do what you know is right? At what point will you think for yourself?
Seriously, guys, think for yourself. This is wrong. He doesn't deserve to be in a cage indefinitely for wearing a hat. We don't deserve to be kicked out.
Did you hear that?
It's a public hearing. Yeah. You guys work for us.
Okay, the cameras say, see, justice.
Oh, that's justice. Oh, thanks. Thanks, guys. Think for yourself.
So you're trying to push us out in violation of the judge's order, though? Heavy-handed, though.
Good job, Jason.
All right.
All right, so to continue, the court finds that based on the fact that you continue to refuse to comply with the valid directive of the court.
I'm not refusing. I'm still in question as to why this is happening for a hat. I don't understand what you're...
The court is not going to go over any more than it already has. I told you that there's a certain dignity and certain proceedings.
I don't understand that.
You're in contempt. You're in contempt for the first incident. You're in contempt further for continuing to violate it. If you want to be in contempt even beyond that, be my guest. But I was warning you ahead of time that I offered you your chance to say your piece. It's my turn to talk now, and I'm giving you the sentence. And I'm directing you not to say another word. The court sentences you to 5 days at the House of Corrections.
All right.
We love you, Beau.
Thanks, man. I love you guys too.
At least it wasn't an indefinite sentence.
Yeah.
Which it has been in the past.
Just for wearing a hat. They call it justice.
You guys should be ashamed.
Would you say no more? At what point, Mr. Dunn? We're trying to have a conversation here. If you're not willing to engage,
I gotta check myself.
See, you know you're in the wrong. You're running away, dude. Have a conversation. Think for yourself.
5 days in the House of Corrections for wearing a hat.
That's not bad, but it's still bullshit.
Yeah, let's roll.
5 days. So
We should. I think. You think that's just either way?
protest outside Burke's house.
What's that?
Protest outside Burke's house, man.
It's been a while.
I think it's time he gets a reminder.
It's not the end of the day. You're responsible for your actions. Doing my job.
What time did
You initiated this aggression.
Time to leave. This is a public space.
Still waiting for some of that justice.
This is a city building.
I better grab my crap.
It's not justice, it's just us. It's 2 words. That's the
Let's all leave. What would happen to your job if you were in jail for 5 days? What would happen to your family?
But you do have to stand here and listen, because you're going to have to stand here and watch this hallway.
Leave or just stand here and talk to yourselves. Well, we can sit here and try to get through
So that no one freaks out and going into your office. All right.
Your
Coke machine just beat me for $1.
Do you feel threatened by having peaceful people around you in the courtroom? Is that why you wanted them to remove their hats?
So there would have been no issue
Why is it?
had you not have made it an issue. That is the beginning of this train of aggression.
I'm sorry if you felt threatened, but I just want to remind you that everything that happened in the courtroom was peaceful until you guys aggressed against someone for wearing a hat.
It started. The judge said,
Watch the tyranny, man. It's great stuff. Makes a great video.
He was there 20 minutes.
Clear him out of here.
Have you ever considered like honest employment? No. Like not working for a criminal gang? No?
Is this not a public building?
That's funny. This is City Hall building, gentlemen. These guys don't have jurisdiction in City Hall.
Actually, this is court building. We have jurisdiction there as well. So we have to.
I think we can talk whatever they want.
Hey, you guys didn't search them.
You all can be arrested for trespassing.
How can I trespass on public property?
You want to
Oh, that's happened before, apparently.
Really? Why are you asking us to leave? Because you don't want to have a conversation. We do have business. You're holding our friends.
Is it a demand or an ask?
We're asking you to leave.
You have to get them hostage. That's our business here.
Hold on. Okay. We're trying to ask you to leave. Now, please.
I'm being polite by saying I'll stay.
I'm asking you to not hurt my peaceful friend who's sitting in the courtroom. You did. You aggressed against him.
Over a hat.
Over a hat.
A hat.
We're having a conversation, guys.
He's wearing glasses on top of his head.
Oh, glasses.
Remove those by the dignity of this court.
So that's disrespectful.
Can I get my keys back?
That's really disrespectful.
Janesso, can I get my keys back?
I don't like glasses. Sorry.
We're not blocking any flow of traffic. We're not interrupting the court.
We're trying to engage with people who work for us.
Hard to say.
Who claim to work for us.
I don't have a camera.
What are we gonna do?
Transfer him from the wheelchair into the car.
I don't think I have any.
You want a camera? You can use it.
You said spray them photos.
But. Thank you.
Welcome to Keene District Court. Superior Court is quite low.
What is it?
In comparison.
Court. He's tearing apart his family.
Mental issues.
You know what I'd say?
He's mental issues because the court tormented and tore apart his family.
They're just district.
That's mental issues?
You know, someone else may say
Really?
an individual.
He commits suicide, he's usually mental issues.
Someone else may say someone willing to kidnap and cage someone for doing nothing wrong has problems as well. Don't you think?
I just realized.
Would you agree with that? If I were to go outside and tell someone to do something and they didn't, and then I kidnap them and cage them, would I have problems? Probably so. I'm not respecting their rights, and that's exactly what happened today. There's no difference.
There's rights everywhere. I mean, if you're...
And you guys are the ones violating them. You guys claim to work for us and protect our rights, but you're violating them. Do you disagree that my friend's rights were violated today? Does he deserve to be in a cage 5 days? For a second?
So in the land of the free, you don't have a right to wear a hat.
To get to that counter, so he's in a public spot.
Building that you paid
I did. Lost $1 in the soda machine. Think about this when you go home. Think about it when you're looking your family in the eye and we're talking about what happened today.
What you did at work today?
Think about it when you're on your vacation. Think about it when you're with your family and your relatives. You know this is wrong, dude. You guys know this is wrong and deep down.
Does it make it easier to aggress against people when you get a paycheck?
Good, up until
paycheck you can have
muscle in the neck.
Please.
It was ours to begin with. It was ours to begin with.
Yeah, just don't take it. Refuse to take the job.
I've been paying my own salary for 30 years now.
That's our money that we're paying your salary. We are.
I'm paying my salary.
No, we are. You pay your own salary? You can't make any money that way.
Pretty much don't.
So I got it where.
So you do it for the enjoyment of arresting people for wearing hats?
If I can find something more profitable, I
I was
would.
arrested and I'm like, oh, so it's still going on. Do you support what Rosa Parks did, not saying for white person on the bus? That was actually breaking a law. Do you believe that she was right?
That was back then.
I wanted to know how to do something.
This legislation has
Freedom's here.
But not wearing a hat in court, right? You can get assaulted for that.
I mean, you can go to...
You're gonna do it
If the judge had ordered this woman to be in the back of the bus, would you have ordered?
Beau in there?
Not that I can see.
That was the law, right?
People were arrested. If the judge had ordered this woman to the back of the bus.
By people like you, right?
They're arrested back there.
By people like you?
Right to arrest her.
They were going there back then.
They were arrested by
You
people
think
like
it
you,
would
right?
have been right to arrest a peaceful person for
Rosa
breaking a
Parks'
bad law?
rights violated.
So at what point would you say no?
No. So, you know, she was not right. I didn't even hear that.
Would you arrest Rosa Parks?
I get too many conversations. I can't hear.
Would you arrest Rosa Parks?
You can't
What point would you say no?
Because if you're in that time frame, it didn't matter. It was still wrong in that time and frame. Exactly.
You said you're not wrong.
Right back there. So you know, you gotta look at everything going on. And the police were arrested back then. Did what they were told.
He's arrested.
Right. Do you do what you're told?
So I mean, that's
a law doesn't become moral just because the legislature.
you have to go
Think about your actions and the repercussions.
You have to go to Congress, change laws, and
If the legislature's wrong.
Taking the courts are wrong.
and you need to go to the
I'll just, yeah, because they're probably going to take him out this door, right?
So what if I said I don't like the hair on your head because it's disrespectful? Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense? It's not your judgment, but it's you. It's like you judge your job. Or you just work it like everything.
Drinking a lot?
Keep doing it. Like, what do you do? Like, this is harmful. This is not peaceful. This is not
always not to live.
There's some great way to live if we all live.
Keene Police, I'd like to report a kidnapping.
So don't work this job.
New Hampshire Article 10
we have the right to resist bad law. Under New Hampshire Article 10, we have the right to resist bad law.
So I'm not screaming.
Okay.
Please, can I just so you guys have heads up. Not know if you're aware or not aware, but your friend is gone. I don't know if you're aware of that.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's why we're here.
I don't know. You'd have to check the shifts.
But there is a reporting of a kidnapping that took place earlier today. Are you guys going to handle that?
Yep.
Okay.
So
when do we get them back?
That's up to the sheriff's department. Again.
Is there going to be a?
Do you think it's wrong what happened today? I'll tell you what. If you give me a moment, I don't mind answering questions, but let me get my breaths out if I may.
Proceed.
I think most of you have dealt with me before, and you know that I'll answer questions. I don't have an issue with that. Okay. So a couple things. Okay. One, just to make you aware that your friend left if you didn't know that. Two, if you guys want to stand out here, you have every right to. Okay? The only thing that we ask, okay, is that you cannot prohibit, you know, people from walking in and walking out or doing what they got to do, or these guys from doing their job. Okay? Excuse me, sorry about that. Making sure I'm going on my checklist. Okay, so your friend's gone, you guys can stay here, just don't inhibit anybody from walking in and out.
But these people inhibited our friend from doing his job today.
If you wouldn't mind, I'd be more than happy to listen. Okay.
I'm saying, you're saying that we can't inhibit their job, but they inhibited his.
Okay. So then,
then we should arrest them.
So then on top of that, just the court is asking the judge, just
Are we treating each other like we want to be treated?
quiet, not disorderly. And that's, you know, again, having a conversation like you and I are having.
I think the court was disorderly today.
Never yelling and screaming, and that's something you can take up with them. Okay. So, I know you guys don't agree with my job and whatnot, but do you understand any questions about what I'm saying?
Well, what do you think about the kidnapping of the guy who ran a hat?
That's not a question about what I'm saying. Let me first find out if there's any questions. Does anybody not understand what I'm saying, or any questions with that?
We understand, sir.
Okay.
With Jesus and God.
So there was a kidnapping today.
Yeah, I told you I'd stand here and answer your questions.
These men in, just before you have a question, I'd like to report a kidnapping. These men in blazers kidnapped a friend of mine. He was wearing a hat, and they said that that was the reason why they wanted to put him in a cage.
So it's, I think it was that. Are you identifying this guy, Dunn?
Witnesses, several people here witnessed the kidnapping.
You know my stance on that. You know I don't agree with that.
That blacks could marry white.
Because it's different when you guys do it, right? When you guys do it, it's a lawful taking, it's not a kidnapping.
What's the difference, though?
Unfortunately, there's laws that back up what we do right now. If you want to get those laws changed, absolutely. You know, there are ways against doing that. I mean, you know as well as I do, there are ways to get laws changed. You and I have had this discussion.
It's actually not a law, it's contempt of court, which is a power of the court.
We've had this discussion. So, you and I don't have the same philosophies.
What is your philosophy?
It's not something I'm going to sit here and discuss with you.
Okay, you do have a philosophy?
Is it internally consistent? Would you have arrested Rosa Parks for refusing to stand for a white person on the bus? Because that was breaking the law.
No, absolutely. And again, the conversation I've had with many of you is that, you know, sometimes anarchy, the only way you get change is that somebody can stand.
So you believe it was right for her to refuse an act of civil disobedience?
I think sometimes that's the way things get changed. We have a new law.
No more arresting peaceful people, especially ones who are
working.
Sign that.
A new law. Would you like to sign this?
Probably would I have arrested her?
What I don't understand is Superior Court has no issue with.
I'd love to be able to stand
Dave, I'd like to elect you as my
knowing
representative.
what we know now. I'd love to say absolutely not. Being honest,
You know, so we have to take hats off.
I guess that's an honest answer. Knowing what I know now, absolutely not. You know, I probably would have
Nowadays,
I think this should do it.
Yeah, I signed it. So
Yeah.
I think
What do you have there?
This is a new law. It says no more arresting peaceful people. Would you like to accept the new law?
Stayed good legislation for
I'm representing
myself.
The Emperor signed it.
The Emperor signed it. We have a notary and a representative.
Cool.
He is my
And the beauty of this law is it doesn't need to be backed up by violence.
No, sorry.
Well, that's what Beau said.
So no one wants to accept the new law?
Protect and serve, boys.
We got a new law.
Hey, they're committing civil disobedience by breaking that law.
You're right.
Wow.
How bizarre.
Mr. Dunn refuses to identify himself. I mentioned that Beau got contempt for that.
We'd like to invite you to visit freekeen.com. Freekeen.com features audio, video, and blogs chronicling the transition to a voluntary society. Freekeen.com also has comments and discussion forums so you can be heard. Freekeen.com.
I should be in Keene, New Hampshire with the Free Staters.